Like you would have never thought that, yo, I can do what I want. It's as if I'm getting high, but I'm not getting high. Like this is a very legal route, and it's like being legally high. And you're thinking to yourself, you're like, if you if you were to live this life and you would be like, there's a way to smoke weed without smoking weed and get the same high, you would be like, that's beyond me. That's impossible. So the impossible is possible in this life. So like when I was talking about Haiti and how they are drowning, and even though they they have won their independence, we give them that. Congratulations, you won. But now you're drowning and you're not trying to get back up. There is a problem. Because life will always try to get back up. Now, I'm speaking from my point of view, from what I've seen so far. Now, I've seen myself drown and drown and drown for years, for about 6 years in total. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 11 years. I think it started when I was like 19, 20 years old, when I was 20. I'll look back at the pictures and get that exact number for you. But for about 10 years, we'll leave it at 10. About 10 years, I was drowning. Officially, it was 6 years, okay? On paper, for 6 years, I was drowning. But from what my point of view, it was for like 10 years. An extra 4 years, maybe 9 years. I don't know why I'm going back and forth with this, guys. It doesn't really matter. Officially, for like 6 years, I was drowning and I couldn't get back up. Life, I feel like, doesn't allow you to drown for that long. And, but I guess you can say like a whole country can drown for decades, while a person can drown for decades as well. But for a country to continue drowning for centuries, I think is ridiculous. Like, I guess you can say like people. I'm going back on myself a lot. I do this a lot, but I know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that they shouldn't be drowning for that long. It shouldn't be for that long. For me, for example, I was drowning for 6 years. Now I'm coming back up. I still do feel like I'm drowning because I never know what the next day is going to bring. I could drink something and it could make me go crazy, and I can't do anything about it. But life has altered a lot for me. For example, I enjoy getting high. I enjoy doing that. And now when I get high, I become productive. And the whole time that I was getting high, it was Dan, May, and me. And we were like, we're productive, high people. We're high functioning, high people. So we were constantly like, bro, what we're doing is not damaging. We're just very much high functioning people. We're just high functioning. That's literally what we are. We enjoy getting high and we function while we get high. And we look at Dan and we always look up at this dude and we're just like, dude, how are you doing it? Like the shit that you're doing is amazing. You're selling pounds on pounds on pounds of weed. You have a full time job working from home, and you're going to school to get your master's degree. How the fuck are you doing it? And we've always had that saying, he's a high functioning person. And what he did was like, in that time frame, he was getting his master's degree, and he got his master's degree, and then after he got his master's degree, he what's it called? He started making $100,000 at his job. So not only did he go for it, but he succeeded while he was going for it. So we're always like succeeding in some way, some form. Um, I believe that the rules that are imposed on us makes it much harder, but there's strict rules that you have to follow. Like if you do a crime, you have to go to jail. If so like it's like Haiti has done a crime and they are being punished for it. You know, they're like, you could have got your independence a different way. You didn't have to revolt like that. You killed many people, and even though you were slaves, it doesn't mean that you can go ahead and start killing people and think that everybody's going to think that it's all right. So they have imposed all of these sanctions on them and has made them poor, and the world does not care. They're like, stay poor, it doesn't really matter, and all they have to do is sell their land to make their country a little bit better. They can sell it to America, they can sell it back to France, they can sell it to Spain, they can sell it to anyone. But the thing is that there is a problem right now and it needs to be fixed. And I feel like that is what they're missing, because that's what life generally does. Like, I had a problem and it needed to be fixed. So I enlisted help from outside to fix that problem. Um, I was just getting high and I wasn't making any money. I didn't have a job and I needed help. So I had to take medication. Now, it's like Haiti refuses to take medication. It's like they refuse to take medication to help themselves. They're like, it's going to work out in the long run. It's going to work out in the long run. But right now, they are suffering and they refuse to do anything about it. So, right now, Haiti is refusing to take its medication. All right, we're past that point. Now they went to jail. All right, we're past that point. Now they're homeless because they refuse to take their medication. And for me, it was a little bit different. It was like, I took the medication, I overdosed, then I stopped taking my medication, and I refused to take my medication. My parents, my family was fighting with me, and they're like, take your medication. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm not taking my medication. And then it got to the point where I went to the mental hospital, and they were like, if you don't take the medication, we're going to send you to uh, it's the county of mental hospitals, if that makes sense. Like, there is the mental hospital, there's the hospital, then there's the mental hospital, then there's the county mental hospital. And when you go to the county mental hospital, that's the long term mental hospital. So that means they're going to keep you for a long time. So they were like, if you don't take this shot of medication, we are going to put you in the long term facility and we're going to see what we're going to do with you. So I switched up my plan. I was like, you know what? I want to go back home. So I am going to take I'm going to take the medication. All right, but I'm going to do it on my own terms. So I was like, let me negotiate. I was like, yo, bro, if I'm going to be on this medication, I want you to lower it. Now, I didn't get what I wanted because the medication she gave me, it was the same strength that it was originally, even though I was asking for it to be lowered. So, like, Haiti can ask, they can put their terms out there. They could be like, listen, we're an independent country. We want certain things to be ours. Um, for us to sell our land, we want certain things to be ours. You know, we want the flag to stay the same. You know what I mean? But even if they don't agree, they still have to agree because their country is in turmoil. I was in trouble of going into a long term facility and possibly not being able to come back home. So I had to do what I had to do. I had to take the medication, even though it was going to make me feel like crap, because that was the reason why I didn't want to take the medication. Because I was like, when I take the medication, I don't feel like myself. And now that I take the medication, it's been like 2 years. Now I'm finally like, okay, I feel a little better. Now I can start making videos. Now I can start doing this. Now I can start pursuing what I originally wanted to pursue when I became 21 years old. When I became 21, I wanted to become famous. That was my dream. That was what I wanted to shoot for. So now that I can do that, I feel much better. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a possibility that can come true now because I made those decisions to not be basically homeless. Because that's how I look at it. If you're in a facility and they take you away from your home, you are homeless. You don't have to be out on the street to be considered homeless. You know, you're already homeless if you're in jail, if you're in a mental hospital, if you're on the street, you are homeless. You do not have a home to sleep in. Even if you are living in a home and you have no job, you know, you're going to start grinding like you are homeless. That is what you're going to do. You're going to start grinding. That's what you're seeing from me. It's like, I don't see myself as okay just because my sister's a doctor and my other sister's a teacher. I don't see myself as successful or anything because me, myself, I'm not doing anything that can make myself be like, okay, you're fine. Okay, you have a job. You don't have to worry about a disability check. Don't worry about those checks. You make money on your own and you are doing fine. You know what I mean? But for Haiti, they have to swallow the pill. They have to. They are losing. Their country's in turmoil. They have to sell. What are you holding on to? You're losing value every single year, every single month, and you can't even control your own people. And that's where they're just like it's corrupted. It's corrupted. We can't do anything about it. They don't want to sell. We want their rights. We want to change up what we see, but they won't allow us to do it. What they're doing doesn't work, and we need them to change. That's what the world presents to you, and you have to abide by it. You know what I mean? Just like the way that I had to abide by taking the medication and being forced into a more strict schedule of seeing uh basically it's back to like what it was before. I was taking the shot the first time and I was seeing a therapist for 1 hour and I was seeing my psychiatrist every month. So it was 2 appointments that I had to abide by. Seeing the psychiatrist and seeing my therapist. Now all I have to do is see the psychiatrist and also see the therapist. But now it's only for 30 minutes. So as time went on, things got a little bit less strict because I started abiding by the rules. And Haiti doesn't abide by those rules. So, you know what? I believe that it's their fault. They have a problem and it needs to be fixed. The world wants to fix it one way. They are refusing to listen to the world. They're refusing to take the medication, and they're homeless right now. They have no home. It's a wreck. But yeah, that was my take on like Haiti and stuff.